Why does she have to come and do that right next to us? She must know it annoys us. Right, hi guys. Couple of things to quickly cover. Not going to be a massive video today because no one's jumped out at me regarding the next moronic Antifa member that needs exposing, if you like. But we decided that we was going to go through the news, we went through YouTube, just try and find shit, didn't we?
Yeah.
See what we could come up with.
Frazzled brains.
Oh, definitely frazzled brains. But one thing that we did come across that I can't recall seeing on major mainstream is right next to the coronavirus outbreak, we now have bird flu. Now, as I keep repeating, entitled to my opinion, and my opinion is I'm calling BS on this now because it just seems a bit strange that we seem to have bird flu right next to the coronavirus. So when you look up the symptoms, they're virtually the same. Then it got me looking into Plum Island again because I used to do a lot of research into Plum Island regarding the Lyme disease outbreak because there is a conspiracy, I'm not going to say theory, it's a conspiracy going around that Lyme disease was created by the people at Plum Island. And I to this day still believe that there is they have got something to do with it because they are actually very close to the place in America called Lyme. Where it got its name, but I decided to look up the bird flu things and compare them to I nearly called it a Cavania virus earlier, which is that's for the coughs in it, which,
yeah.
Cavania. NHS's website says that it's a new thing that's not being seen in humans. Now we all know that's crap. But some of the advice they give on the fucking website. The NHS, if you've been to China, anywhere near the infected areas, if you start showing any of the symptoms, you're to avoid leaving the house, but you can have delivery drivers and members of family come and drop shit off. So if you cough on them, you're going to spread it anyway, right? So it just didn't make any sense. But hey, we are on about the NHS here and the fact that they tend to get things wrong on a regular basis. Me personally, if you've got it, you don't go out, you don't have people in, and you definitely don't have strangers coming to deliver food to you because that's just putting people's lives at risk. But yeah, there's been a bird flu outbreak basically next door to the coronavirus. So I'm calling conspiracy on population control, and with everything that's gone on in China just recently, I really wouldn't put it past any of them to have done it on badness. But I thought I'd look back into the Plum Island thing, and I found an interesting article that stated about this monster that was washed up onto the beach, which I found quite amusing when I read that apparently it was a raccoon. Now, that thing was too big to be a raccoon. It wasn't the same shape as a raccoon, but you try and find any pictures of it now, and they've disappeared. They don't want you to know, so they've got something to hide. But in the same article, they tried saying that they've been blamed for the Dutch duck plague in '67. Well, the first sign of that was in the Netherlands in the 1920s, so I do believe they've got... You are?
Sorry, Dutch duck over really quick.
Dutch duck plague. Wow. That didn't actually infect humans. That was found in the Netherlands in 1929, I believe I read. So I personally believe that that wasn't one caused by Plum Island, because as far as I'm concerned, the ones that come out of Plum Island are to do with infecting humans, and with Lyme disease, it's got the same symptoms as the bird flu, it's got the same symptoms as the coronavirus. The only thing is, it's, well, the same as them, it ain't got a cure, and it causes fatigue, flu-like symptoms, and you've got it for the foreseeable future. It can cause dementia. There's people in dementia homes that have actually got Lyme disease, and so on and so forth. So I wanted to look into the whole Plum Island thing just to see what I could find, because a lot of things have disappeared over the years as they've not wanted us to know what's going on. And another one that they mentioned was the West Nile virus. Now, this one I believe could be linked to Plum Island, because this is mosquitoes, which, like ticks, small things that bite, carrying something that, again, was flu-like symptoms, wasn't it? So it's all the same type of symptoms. There's also something mountain syndrome, which was like an upgrade from Lyme, and it had a 20% kill rate in the first couple of hours. There's loads, and they all seem to carry the fatigue, the flu-like symptoms. And if I could work out all the little numbers and stuff that they use, I'd probably be able to pinpoint that they carry the same like with bird flu. H5N1 or H7N9. But it took me forever and a day to work it out. But I am really concerned that now with this bird flu incident, that there's definitely something with the population control here, and it's something to do with the government. This ain't just, especially when you look at things that...
Swine flu is H1N1.
This is what I mean, I don't understand them, otherwise I'd be able to look it all up. But they all seem to like be, it's like they're saying that it's contact with bats, but there was 15 people that said that they'd had nothing to do with the bats. And so, but there, for them that know more about infectious diseases and stuff, if you see this video, please, you know what you're looking for, look it up. Just see if you can find any common links between them, because my gut is telling me that there is definitely something untoward here. Anyway, while we was looking around, there's a certain person who I mentioned on Facebook that's really irritating the life out of me at the minute. Good old Katie White, or Miss Moneypenny as she likes to be called. Go on, what you found.
Definition, H1N1. Can't pronounce the fucking word. But it's a species of influenza, a virus of influenza virus, that in fact infects birds, pigs and humans.
So why is it called swine flu?
And that includes strains which may occur in seasonal epidemics and sometimes pandemics. So that's what it's all like, influenza diseases.
Okay, so there you go. Definitely something to be concerned about. Apparently there's a teacher that's in China, was born in the UK. He was told he had the coronavirus, and this is what I've been saying from day one. If you treat it naturally and you treat it as if it was a terrible strain of flu, you will be able to fight the infection off. He's saying that he did it with a hot toddy, which is whiskey and honey mixed. I use milk and honey. Never used to like the idea, but I'd rather try and stay natural with remedies than be poisoned by the doctor on top of being ill. But that's, again, my opinion. You break your ankle and the doctor tells you to stop smoking and take a fucking paracetamol, so that's how much I've got trust in doctors. Anyway, back to this Kate White, Miss Moneypenny stroke anti-Semitic cowbag that calls children spastics. I haven't had a chance to go through everything properly, but I will be. But I think there is someone has managed to find out a real name, but I am going to give her a dues here. She was thinking outside the box. The Kate White name come from the lead singer of the Ting Tings, and their most popular song was That's Not My Name. Now I'd say that's either me well and truly gone outside the box and fallen off it, or it was quite a clever play on her behalf. But either way, I will be looking into her further, because she's really, really grinding on me. While we was looking through terrorist attacks as well, weren't we? Because we was trying to get statistics. Now this was an absolute bell end of a job. Got absolutely nowhere, did we? At all. You put UK, it give you America.
I've got the world statistics, just not the
Oh
UK.
yeah, the world statistics. But they really don't want you to know everything. Apparently there was it 13 they'd stopped last year? Or 2000? And ISIS have took credit for the recent one in... Yeah. But anyway, well, we was looking through to see if we could find any more news on what's been going on just recently. Yet another one that has been released from prison and was on the watch list. What the hell was that noise? Was on the watch list. Has gone out and fatally injured someone, and the other injuries weren't so bad. They've concentrated more on the terrorist. His mum said that he was a nice young boy, and ISIS have took credit, so he can't have been that nice a young boy. And he come into the UK in 2000. He was 16 when he entered the UK.
Apparently 16, but the just like baby was 18. Either.
Well, it'll be like that one at that school then, won't it?
Yeah.
But apparently he'd already been radicalised before coming in this country, and he was with a foster carer.
That was one of the partial bomb that went off.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't keep up with him, me.
Can't remember what it was. But it was a tube, wasn't it?
I was going to print them all off, but then I would have needed someone to help me carry them down the stairs. Like a hod or something.
It was on a tube, trying to get back on my Google.
But while we was looking through, I found this, and I've printed it off. It's from the Home Office, and it's prescribed terrorist organisations, and they are saying that there's... Hang on, let me find it. Because this is one that I was going to come on and sort through a couple of these, but when I actually got into the depths of it, it was like, wow, I'm going to need more than a couple of hours to look at this to make sure I get it right. There is... There's 75 international terrorist organisations that are prescribed under the Terrorism Act 2000, and there's 14 organisations in Northern Ireland that were prescribed under previous legislation. I hate that word. And apart from a couple, well, the 14 from Northern Ireland and one in the other list, they're all like ISIS, and they're like splinter names. Basically, they're all Islamist, Al-Qaeda related groups. It even tells you when they got given the prescribed status as well within our laws, and I will be covering that in another video. But I just thought I'd let you know, I found a very interesting little piece here.
13 was commenced in 2013.
13 in 2013?
Yeah.
Why does that number feel fucking made up? Was it just easy to remember 13 in 2013?
Well, BBC News reported it in 2017.
What? How many?
2017 BBC News Security Service prevented 13 UK attacks since 2013.
Okay. Don't believe that number at all. But anyway, guys, like I said, this was just a quick one, and I will be back sometime during the week. If any of you want me to check out any left-wing channels that you've come across and you think that I'd find them amusing and I'd be able to somehow use the footage of their videos, let me know, because otherwise I'd just be here all week trying to search for left-wing to pull out and stuff like that anyway. But yeah, I will be on with other stuff. We will be back with some updates. There's other things going on, and I think that's about it. I think I've covered it all. I've got a meeting on Thursday. Depending on how that goes will depend on whether I need to cover it over a video. So, until next time, guys, stay safe.